I never thought I'd be so pleased to see a fog during a game of football. It was poor tonight. It was poor. I have no defence, sadly, for United tonight. They'll know they were poor. The first half was bad. Second half was even worse. United fans, you can phone up 08717223334. Let me ask you this, Joe, right? I look at the United team. I look at the lineup. I look at the players he's got out on the pitch. You and I were talking about this. The United side, with the players they've got, they're better than what we've seen. Why is it not working? How do you change this problem? If another manager came in, what would he do differently? Because the players on the pitch, they're really good players. They're not playing out of position. What's wrong with the United side at the moment, Joe?
Well, there's a lack of intensity, urgency. You look at the way that and I'm going to choose Liverpool because over the last 2 or 3 years, the best I've seen at it is the way they go about it, moving the ball crisply, sharp, set the tempo, set the tone. It's the pass. I mean, Man United were poor today, all over the pitch. You can't go one area and say, God, that was bad. Because, defence, they kept a clean sheet. Henderson pulls off a good save. I think Van Arnold may well have been offside. But, defensively, United keep a clean sheet. But it starts from, for me, the tempo has to be started early in a game. And the game started at such a pace that it was walking pace. The lack of urgency, lack of that zip. You can even if you're not playing well, and the team's not, and that happens. You can, on the pitch, you've got to say, "Come on, we've got to get this going."
Is that a tactic? Is that something the manager said? Slow build up, don't go mad. Is that what he's told them?
But that's got to be set when you leave the dressing room. One of the things you say, let's make a fast start. Let's make sure we start the game well. And sometimes you can the tempo of the game, and the way you go about a game in the first 3 or 4 minutes can set the rest of the tone of the game, whether it be good or bad. And watching United recently, there's been a habit of that tone being set early on, that there isn't that. It's the keeping the ball, passing around the back, keeping it nice and not taking those risks, getting ball zipped into the front then, get that ball into Rashford. First thing you do, run at your fullback. Do things sharp, have intent, have an urgency about the way you start the game. And that tempo that never started from the very first whistle continued for 90 minutes. Then maybe you could say towards the end there was a bit more urgency when.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I saw James come on and he added a little bit of something.
Greenwood had a shot over the bar, but it was nothing.
That has got to come from the very first whistle. Now, where's that come from? Well, clearly the manager's got to come out and say, let's get this going started. At half time's his job, where they've seriously earned their money. Managers for me is changing the way the game goes at half time. Changing the course of that game. You can have a bad 45 minutes. Let's not have another bad 45 minutes. Well, from what I've seen there, you've seen 2 bad 45 minutes. Tempo in the game. And you know what Crystal Palace are going to do. You know how they're going to play. They're going to sit in. They're going to deny you space in behind. They're going to make life difficult. They're going to have 4 at the back, 5 across the middle, and one of those front men drop in. They play a 4-4-2, but one of them front men drop in to make them. You've got to move the ball quickly when teams sit deep. And it's a problem for a lot of teams when teams like that sit deep, okay? It's a problem because they crowd the space. But the only way you can get past a defence that's like that sits like that, and they're going to sit like that, is by moving the ball quickly. So you disrupt that shape. If you don't disrupt the shape, and they've got the 4 and they've got the 5, really, what did Crystal Palace have to do today?